welcome back to another episode of
Average Joe's
Game Review. This week we are going back to our roots,
our first ever,
where it all began.
back last year.
As Joe revisits
Star Wars Battlefront 2,
the new DLCs.
2017.
No, this is 2019.
No, this is the 2017 Battlefront.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2019 release.
Yeah, I know. I'm just addressing the fact that the game came out in 2017, Harold. I'm addressing that. All right? I'm not talking about the 2005. I had to be Pacific.
Excellent, because no one wants you to be Atlantic on here.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts? Did you get to play it? We just got off of an awesome school break.
Yeah,
so
for a week
we had
and
a
a
little
half.
extra time.
Yeah. So I did play it when Anakin released, and a day or two beforehand, where I got my Emperor Palpatine up to having all purple star cards, which means he's basically max level.
Nice.
So now I have Darth Vader and Palpatine, the iconic duo, max leveled.
But do you have Anakin?
No, I have him at level 6. So since I last reviewed the game, I had talked, it was back in December around the release of The Last Jedi, where, not like this December, but 2017 December. You know what? It's difficult, right? Game's 2 years old. Yeah. Timelines, like Marvel and whatever. It's not, no. So basically, what has happened since last December is, back in December, they added Crate, Finn, and Captain Phasma, like, from the new movies. And then we went basically up till June without any new content other than them redoing the progression system after, like, a loot box issue, which I had talked about that everyone was having with them. Like, Hawaii outlawed loot boxes in games or whatever because it's like an online casino type thing.
It's interesting. We should look more into that, actually.
Yeah, and then, so that was a huge debacle and whatever, so that was a big word. That was a big word for me. So...
Moving up in the world, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. So after all that happened, they added, the new progression system. So instead of, like, the crafting parts and whatever to level up the heroes and get better star cards, it was, like, actual levels like it should have been, which I like a lot. So, and that was done in, like, April. So then we went to June with nothing new. And then in July, I'm pretty sure it was July or June, one of the two, at a convention, they released a roadmap saying that 4 new heroes were coming. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Grievous, and Count Dooku.
Nice.
Were all coming out. So basically, they also announced a new mode that was supposed to be coming along with them too. That was all supposed to be released in November. Or not November. Yeah, like Grievous was supposed to be October, which he was. Then Obi-Wan in November with the new mode. And once November rolled around, they pushed it back.
Oh, gee.
So they pushed it back to February with Anakin. So we had nothing in December because that was like their break time or whatever, which they don't deserve after a year of no content, but whatever.
EA Games.
Yeah, literally.
It's all
EA.
delayed.
EA. Why you have to be mad? It's only game. EA. What a great company. But then in January, we got Count Dooku with Clone Legions. This whole time, Clone Legions were coming out. Like, Obi-Wan's, like, led clones, like Wolfpack and stuff like that. We didn't get any new clones with Dooku, but then and then they had, like, a bunch of events rolling around, like Night Ops, where it was, like, double XP and all the maps were nighttime.
Nice.
And then they added, like, Ewok Hunt, which is, like, infected from Call of Duty, but with Ewoks, and it's terrifying. And I don't like hearing the in the background in the trees. When you're hiding in a dark cave, it gives you PTSD. But every time I just hear an Ewok, I'm just like, no, not again. They're in the trees. And, yeah, so finally, last month, February rolls around, and they release Anakin, 2 new Clone Legions. It was the 501st and another one, which I don't care about. 501st is Anakin's personal.
Nice.
And then they also added a bunch of new clone customization. We're mainly going to be talking about the February update here. So they also added clone officers, which is about time. Armored officers have ugh.
So what does that mean in the gameplay?
Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. It's cosmetic.
cool.
It's cosmetic, and I was sick of the naval officer. So basically, they also switched up the clone customization, not clone. We're not talking ice cream. So now you can pick between being first phase or second phase. So you're either going to be like the first phase, which is known as like the shinies, which we're seeing on Geonosis and different maps like that.
And so both of those are just cosmetic.
Yeah, like Camino and stuff. If you just look up Phase 1 Clone Troopers, it'll immediately pop up. And then Phase 2 is what you typically see in like all like media or whatever. It was on the cover of the old Battlefront 2005. Those were the ones on Kashyyyk. They have like different helmets with like 2 like holes in the chin or whatever. Those are like the more common one, which I like more. But they cost more in the game, but I don't care. So I had, at the time of Dooku releasing, I had bought, on accident, the 91st Recon, and I was really, really upset about it. But then when they had announced like they were changing up the clone skins, not only did the 91st Recon look so much better, but they got their own special helmets. So they're very unique now.
So you made out like a bandit on that?
Yeah, I did. I did. So not only did they give us the old model of it, but they gave us the new one as well.
That's awesome.
So
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free.
So I got the new
On clones.
But yeah. But basically, the only issue with that was at the time of me buying it, the officers, like the clone officers, weren't a thing. So I didn't
So do you have to buy them separately?
So I have to buy the officer separately, which sucks. But once the 501st rolled around and I bought them, then it came with the officer because like you can buy them in crates, where it's like it used to be like you get 3 for the price of 2, but now it's you get 4 for the price of 3.
So are you buying these with an in-game currency?
Yeah,
or?
with credits in game. I would never spend money on this game. That's actually debatable.
You would if Anakin cost money. Let's be honest.
No, there was no shortcut. There's never been a shortcut to buy heroes like that. But I decided that I'd rather have the 501st than Anakin. So I had to grind more credits to get Anakin, which was only like one game because I was left with like 34,500 and Anakin cost 35,000.
Oh, gosh.
So I played one game, got Anakin. I spent all day trying to get him. All day. Not
Was he
once.
worth it?
Not once. Not once did I get him. But then, after 3 hours of trying and people hogging him, I finally got him on Kashyyyk. Oh my god. He is so good. He's the only lightsaber hero that can one-shot like enemies that aren't heavies, which is how it should be. And it's so refreshing to feel a lightsaber like it should be. My only issue is that I'm not cutting the droids in half. That's my only issue. But, you know.
Is it just like throwing sparks when you hit them?
Yeah. And it leaves, like, sparks on walls and, like, cuts on walls and stuff, which is great. But it's not the dismemberment that I like from Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. Because you'd, like, hit someone a bunch, and, like, they'd die, and you could keep hitting them. And, like, parts of them would fly everywhere. And I liked that. I liked it a lot. You just have a bad day, you go on Star Wars, and you start dismembering people. And it's great. I'm not a psychotic person. I'm
just
perfectly
droids.
sane. No. I wish it happened to everyone. Nothing would make me happier than I'm like, oh god, there's a lightsaber hero. Darth Vader throws his lightsaber and cuts me in half. That would be amazing. That's all I want, but it's never going to happen.
Just play as Darth Maul. That's fine.
No, he doesn't even do that. Like, he does like a spin attack and he doesn't do anything. It's just bad. But it's much better now. And so that new mode I was talking about, again,
Did they finally release that?
got pushed back again.
Again?
To March. But they're like, we're sorry we have to push it back, blah, blah. So we're going to be giving you new reinforcements. And we haven't had new reinforcements since the start of the game.
So what are the reinforcements? How do they affect the play?
Well, there's jump troopers and, like, enforcers. And it's aerial and enforcers. So enforcers are, like, Wookiee warriors and, like,
Nice.
death troopers and stuff like that, hiccups. And stuff like the flame trooper for the First Order, death troopers for the Imperials, and then like just Wookiee warriors on every single light side. It's just so bad.
Sounds like our Force and Destiny game.
Yeah, and then yeah, Wookiees everywhere. So many issues with that. So basically, after that, then there's the aerial, and they all have jetpacks and stuff. So that's the difference between the two. But so basically, how you get heroes and like ships and stuff is battle points that you earn throughout the game. And by like getting kills, doing damage, playing the objective, just a bunch of different things. You get the battle points, which don't like transfer over to the next game or whatever. They're like that game's like currency. So a hero out of their era costs 6,000, and a hero in era, so like Yoda, costs less in when you're playing with like the Rebels and the Empire and the clones and the droids. He costs less then. But if you're playing, and that's when he costs 4,500. But if you're playing against the First Order, then he's going to cost 6,000 because he wasn't in those movies. Well, not alive in those movies. He was in the movies. Spoiler: movies at 2 years old. Go watch. Actually, don't watch. Boycott them. I hate the movies. But anyway, this is Battlefront 2.
As you can tell, Joe has a few mixed feelings about Star Wars.
Star Wars is my cup of tea, and I don't like Rian Johnson messing with it. He's fired. Fired.
So what else was in the March roadmap?
So the March roadmap wasn't actually shown off to us. They said that there is content coming after they release the new game mode with new reinforcements and stuff, which I saw a video this morning saying the new reinforcements were leaked. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to watch that, see what I think. And you're obviously not going to know because I'm not going to add another section in later. We're just doing all this live. So I'm going to have to check out what that's like. But they did promise that if not this month, then next month, that there would be a roadmap for after. And Grievous, when he was released back in October, had voice lines found in the game files addressing Padme and Ahsoka from the Clone Wars. So we're thinking those are going to be the new heroes.
That'd be awesome.
And they said that if they do add more heroes, that it's going to be very female focused because we only have
Phasma at this point.
We have Phasma, Rey, and Leia. Those are the only females we have. So it's going to be very female based, which,
dude,
it's fine.
Padme and Ahsoka would be amazing. I'm watching Clone Wars right now, and that would just be awesome.
I don't like them. The only one I like is Asajj Ventress. And she's okay. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that the new characters are decent.
Well, if you had to give it a renewed rating now with the new content included, what would your rating be?
What I've noticed about my ratings is I typically keep them like really high. And like I like Battlefront, so of course it's going to be high, but I feel like from this point on I need to start thinking harder about it, and I have to like predetermine it.
Do you think the new content has increased its playability?
Well, last time I gave it like an 8 because that's what I do. But if I had to go back and see what we had then compared to what we have now, I'd definitely say that was like a 6. Mm-hmm. I was just happy it was Star Wars.
And now it's probably 8.
Now it's like an 8 or 9 because
nice.
Like obviously there's stuff I wish they would do, and like I would have a lot more fun with the game if I actually had friends who would play it with me.
What are your 3 favorite things about Anakin?
His 4th ability, because he gets 3. I like his 4th ability. You can just look up all the heroes' abilities. I'm too lazy. All right, make this go on for way too long. Me describing every single ability. Considering that there's 12 of them.
So what's your favorite thing?
13 of them. My favorite thing about Anakin is his 4th ability. It's called Retribution, where after he and his teammates take a certain amount of damage while he's around, he gets a special ability where he does like a force choke with both of his arms. He outstretches his arms to his sides, and he starts force choking people, and then like it'll kill like anybody that's in it if they're not a hero.
Oh.
And then he like after that he force pushes them away, so he like throws the bodies away, and I love it a lot.
Awesome.
My second favorite thing is that he can one-shot anyone.
And how did you talk about how he does that yet?
How he one-shots people?
Yeah.
So his heroic might ability, which is another one of his, he like shuts off his lightsaber and he puts his arms up to his side, and it's like Luke's repulse, which is like a circular force ability where Luke like pushes everyone in that circle away from him.
Yep.
It's a lot like that, except the more you shoot Anakin, the bigger the radius of it gets, and the more damage it does. So if you shoot Anakin and he gets like 90% reduced damage during this,
Oh, wow.
so you can just light him up. It'll do absolutely nothing to him. Like, it's very minuscule. It's 90 or 80%. And if you hit him enough, the max amount of damage he can do is 1,000.
Wow.
No hero other than him has 1,000 health. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you're in that circle and you're not blocking, you're dead. Kiss your hero goodbye. They don't care how much you spent, how hard you worked. Say goodbye.
Case closed.
Yeah, he's gone. Work for it again.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Anakin, the character worth playing.
Yeah, Anakin.
If you can actually get him.
If you get enough credits, buy Anakin. He's broken. But the light side needed it because the light side's garbo.
So he's technically on light side?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish he wasn't, but you know. But, like, he has special interactions with Darth Vader that no one thought he'd have. He's like, oh, I won't give in to you. This must be some Sith trick.
That's cool. And you said, like, there's actually stuff within the games that becomes canon also?
Yeah, so there's, like, the 2 clone legions that you could play on Kashyyyk and Naboo, and they were, like, just clones that the developers had made. And they got added into canon with Anakin's update, so they're, like, legitimate clones with backstories now, and it's awesome.
That is super cool. Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it, folks. Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2, number 2, part 2.
Revisited.
Yep.
Because it's Star Wars, and why not?
Yeah. I don't know. If the game's a lot better next year at this time, then maybe you'll do another one. I don't know.
2.3.
Yeah. Battlefront 2, 3.
We might have to do 9 episodes.
Yeah. Battlefront. Yeah, exactly. Battlefront 2, Part 3, 2020 edition. Yeah.
Well, have a great rest of your day, folks. We'll see you on the flip side.
Later.
Well, let's try that again.
Hello, how you do? That's part 2.
Greetings, Earthlings.
We had to do that twice.
Had to make you suffer.
Twice.
Because I know that you have a little man crush on Anakin.
You know, man crush is that's a term. I don't know if I associate with, right? It's a pretty not nice term, Harold. I'm kind of hurt that you'd say that.